Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. It's been a long presentation, so thank you for sitting there and listening and absorbing everything coming to you. It's a lot of information. In my daytime, I run a college. It's called Leeds City College. We're a very large college, and I run one of the departments there, which is the Marcoms department as well, which is one of my direct responsibilities. I'm going to give you a little story. Public relations is the power of lobbying, and it's the power of positioning where you are in the world. And the power of lobbying gets you things, really. And the Jewish Press Association started in 1944. And our budget 2 years ago, or last year, we started 2 years ago, is £40,000. We've got a long way to travel, but we are the first generation. You know, I look around the room and I would suspect that most people are born in this country or have spent most of their time in this country. And I would suspect that we are the first generation that actually haven't faced any persecution, haven't faced any war, haven't faced any drought. I think the worst case that we had, and this is what I can remember, is in Yorkshire, the toilet was outside. That was probably the toughest thing that we had to deal with. But apart from that, we came from India. And, we've had our genocide, and we continue to have our genocide. But a number of years ago, my son's here, he's 15, and when he was born, I held him in my hands. Couldn't do it now, he's too big. But when I held him in my hands, I thought to myself, my parents, my grandparents, I could trace back to my grandparents, and I thought, you know what, they've given me so much. They took the sacrifice and travelled. They fought for equality. They fought for the ability for me to wear my Dara Kulla at work, to wear my dastar. They fought for the Equality Act, Discrimination Act. They fought for the Disability Act. They fought for everything. My life is really easy. I looked at my son and I thought, what am I going to do? I could earn my money. And there's many people sat in this room, I guess, with that same drive actually, because you're all coming up here and talking about all the things that are driving you and what you want to do and the impact that you want to make. And we've all talked about connectivity and Bantik and coming together. And it's the power of lobbying, really, because we will be the first generation who can plan and spend time 3 generations ahead. The Jewish community started in 1944. We can plan beyond 3 generations ahead. We could probably touch 3 generations ahead, actually. But if we plan it today. And with green shoots, it's very easy to put poison onto them. It's very easy to fall out amongst little things. It's very easy to just pull them out and, not let them flourish. The people here today have all talked about we need to get together and we need to work together and there needs to be more union. Well, we need to protect institutions like the Sikh Press Association. We need to support institutions like the Sikh Press Association, and we need to help them grow, because these are the types of glue. This is the commonality, and the words that we used earlier from the late Joe Cox, of there's more that binds us together than divides us. This is an institution that does bind us, and we need to support it, and we need to help it flourish. And if there's anything that you want to do for your future generation, for your children, for their children, or for their children, is to support these types of institutions. And giving the swand to areas which is, Pesadeta, Godari Kolte, football teams, sorry Paisa, but we've had a lot of football teams, and our community, apart from Paisab, where I can see the dard, our community has invested millions in football stadiums, in football facilities, but what Paisab has managed to achieve in the last 3 years, nobody's managed to achieve in the last 30 years. We've not had one Premiership footballer. Perhaps we have now. I don't really follow football, but I don't believe we have. Not a mainstream player anyway. And how much money have we wasted on that? And Jagrad Singh, started 4 years ago, and I hear from people many times that basics, everything is 13, is changing a generation. It's a game changer. I talk at work all the time that we still work in the conditions of an industrial revolution in the times of a technological revolution. We are in the times of a technological revolution, and we are just witnessing, and we are part of that journey. And in your packs today, there is this pamphlet, and it's to do with fundraising, and you've got a job to do really. The Sikh PA sits underneath the Everything is 13 charity, and it is funded through Everything is 13 charity. But in order for something like this to grow, we need to resource it more. My press department at work, my organisation is a £73 million organisation, and just that one department is a £2 million department, and that is just in Leeds. That isn't a national organisation that deals with international news stories. It's not a department that deals with international crisis 24 hours a day, social media. It's just a local college department dealing with schools, dealing with colleges, and dealing with its local media. So your job today is, there's a bucket over there, and we don't like to collect money. We want you to complete this and leave it in the bucket over there, and we'll contact you in order for you to help us set up some direct debits. Your second job today is when you leave and you go back, or you tweet about this, or you Facebook about this, I would like you to Facebook or tweet and share the Everything is 13 website and its donation site, the Virgin donation site. And on there, when you set up a direct debit, you can put on specifically that you would like this direct debit to go towards the Sikh PA. And we talk about 15 pence a day. I was just thinking about it today that I'm going to have to up my own actually, because it's less than £1 a month, really. It's less than £1 a day per month, sorry. £1 a day. And that's not enough, really. I spend too much on other nonsense than not to be able to support important institutions like this. And strategically, lobbying, influencing, we're the first generation. I'm going to give you 3 things before I finish. Tony Blair, press, won him the elections. Obama, website, won him the elections. Trump, social media. There's so much content out there, and we do not have enough resource to correct and challenge and bring down content from all over the world. We are a nation that is under attack. We are a nation that's been under attack for a long time, from within, from outside, and until we help green shoots like this flourish and grow and give them the room to grow and give them the trust and the resources and say, you are the experts, you go and do it and take the lead, and we take our minds away from it and not use our opinions, I think we'll do it within maybe 1 generation, and maybe don't have to wait another 3.